Hello everybody watching on YouTube, and welcome to race number 31 / chase race number 5 of Season 10 NNSCRA Walmart Cup Series. I am Levi McIntyre, a.k.a. Thrash Maniac 99, the voice of NNSCRA Walmart Cup Series, here to welcome you to the Taco Bell 300 at Yas Marina Circuit, where we're about to go 5 laps of racing here at this 3.1 mile road course track, I believe. Let's double check. Yeah, oh no, 3.5 mile, excuse me. But, anyway, so after this race, we will be halfway through the chase, and then after this, it's 5 races left. And boy, will those 5 races be a frenzy once we come down to those races here in the coming weeks. And in fact, those next 5 races will be the Bank of America 500 at Charlotte, the Geico 500 at Talladega, the Mountain Dew 300 at Lime Rock, the Subway Fresh Fit 400 at Phoenix, and then the finale, the Banquet 400 at Kansas. But before we get looking at the lineup, let's see how the chase points look coming into the race today. Jesse said he has the points lead still, but by 4 points over Michael Norman, 17 over the pole sitter for today, Connor Morgan, 31 over Matt McIntyre, 36 over Seth Cole, 37 over Dylan Young, 39 over Matt Skoenberger, 53 over Steven Guerrero, 56 over Joshua Collard, 60 over Charles Sanford, 66 over Pichu London, 68 over Austin Mongold, and 78 over Tim Walsh. So there's going to be some ground to make up for those guys who are from about 8th in points on back. But let's look at the lineup. Starting in the last row is Anthony McCrory and Preston Plord. Top 10, we got a Team Heel Motorsports front row. Connor Morgan, who's a chaser, is on the pole. Next to him is Chase Oliver. Row 2 is Blaine Keys and Charles Jackson. Row 3, Carson Gum and James Richardson. Row 4, 2 chasers, Matt Skoenberger and Austin Mongold. And then row 5, Cody Lamas and Angel Navarro. So with that said, let's get the command to fire engines for the Taco Bell 300 at Yas Marina Circuit. Excuse me.
Drivers, start your engines!
Excuse me. And wow, that pace car just took off like a rocket right there. Holy shnikes. Yeah, this is probably going to be the shortest race, one of the shortest races of the entire Walmart Cup Series schedule. 5 laps here at this track, and it takes a little over 2 minutes to get around, so... And on top of that, no cautions. So that's what's going to make this race quite interesting. We've only been to this track once, and that was last season, and it was won by Cody Lamas, who starts in the 9th position. So Lamas starting in 9th is one to go for a 2 in a row at this racetrack, potentially. And last season, he won as a result of taking over for Austin LaPlante at the time in the number 48, because LaPlante ended up leaving for some reason towards the end of the season. As we are awaiting the green flag to be waved here at Yas Marina Circuit. I think the pace car has pulled into pit road. And we're getting close to the line here, so ladies and gentlemen, it will be time to... And what in the world is Carson Gum doing? What in the world is this start going to be? Boogity, 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 let's go racing! And I have no idea, holy cow, they are 6 wide! They are 6 wide in the corners! Oh, and now we got a crash! Matt Skoenberger goes around, upside down goes Johnny Gardner. 2nd week in a row that the 77 has gone upside down. And Skoenberger lost a lot of spots as a result. But man, they were 6 wide going into the first corner. I have never seen that before in the history of this series in my life. Holy cow. And as a result of that mayhem, Connor Morgan now has a gigantic lead over the rest of the field. Look at Tim Walsh right now already moving his way up into the field. He's up to the 5th position. He's trying to gain as much points as possible. Oh, and he gets into Charles Jackson. Nearly caused a wreck right there. Austin Mongold working his way up even further in the field. Couple chasers running right beside each other. Chase Oliver and the points leader coming into this race, Jesse Setti. Charles Sanford trying to get up there as well. Dylan Young doing the same thing, and things are getting really dicey all around the field, all things considered. Back up at the front, it is still Connor Morgan up in the lead. As the racing's gone kind of spread out, but now, wow, look at the run Daniel Olson got. He just gone by a couple of cars, including Tim Walsh, but now he overdrives that corner into the rumble strips, and now he's going to lose a couple spots, and he continues to overdrive the corners. There you see the damaged machine of Michael Walton, who was involved in that first incident involving Johnny Gardner and company. Connor Morgan leads the first lap of 5, so it's still a nice distance away. And he's got a well over 2-second lead over Chase Oliver, his teammate. Continuing to look around the field to see what's going on. Tim Walsh at one point was up to the 5th position. Now he fell back, and now look at the run Nick Alton's getting in the 30 car. But he ain't going to be able to really make a move right now. Now he might, underneath of last season's winner Cody Lamas. Jesse said he was last scored in the 16th position. She's up here trying to gain more spots in order to try to keep the points lead, because if Connor Morgan were to win this race and Jesse said he were to finish where she is, Connor Morgan would take the points lead over by just a few points over to 22. A little contact with her and Joseph Strigley as she is trying hard to get around a few cars to gain some more spots and points. But nothing's really working for her at the moment. Chase Oliver kind of in the same frame almost as his teammate Connor Morgan. Whoa, and Charles Jackson, I think, just got the wall. And now he's starting to slip back and lose some spots. But now he's back up running. Battling with his teammate from Joe Gibbs, Angel Navarro, and Navarro goes way up high, and he gets hit by Chris Washer, sent around. Oh, and a hit from Cody Lamas, sending him upside down. Fortunately, no other cars get involved. A couple chasers just went by. Oh, and Alex Ferranti runs into the back of Angel Navarro, and a lot of cars had to use that little, expanded part of the racetrack in order to get around that crash. You got some more damaged cars as a result of every bit of that. Cody Lamas with big time front end damage, so there went any chance of him going 2 in a row at this track. So that's a tough break for the 39. Back up at the front, Connor Morgan now has extended the lead to 3.7 seconds. Continuing to look around to keep an eye on things. Jesse Setti continuing to gain spots. She moves up to 13th. She is definitely desperate to try to keep the points lead going into Charlotte next week. There's Chaser Pichu London, who was last scored in the 17th position. Charles Sanford in 19th, and then you got Michael Norman, who came in second in points and will probably fall a couple spots. Or just one spot at least. Let's see where the other chasers are on track. I'm not sure, but let's see. Dylan Young is there. Matt McIntyre's up here. There's Steven Guerrero. And things are getting really crazy towards the back of the field as a result of everything that's gone on so far today. Matt Skoenberger, who started 7th and ended up getting involved in that crazy 6-wide crash on lap 1 going into the first corner. And as a result, he's currently in 37th, so he's going to be losing a lot of points in the chase. And I almost forgot about Joshua Collard, and he's in 39th, and he's a chaser, and he's going to end up losing some ground as well. Dylan Young trying to go around a couple of cars, Preston Plord and Dylan Thoreau. And he goes into those rumble strips, but I think he's going to be able to get by. Back up at the front as it's 2 laps to go. Connor Morgan now has nearly a full 4-second lead over his teammate Chase Oliver. 3rd is Blaine Keys. 4th, a battle for 4th between Austin Mongold and James Richardson. 6th is Charles Jackson. 7th, Sean Galligan. 8th, Joseph Strigley. 9th, Daniel Olson. 10th, Jessica Shelton. 11th, Tim Walsh. 12th is Chris Washer. 13th, Nick Alton. 14th, Jesse Setti. 15th, Seth Cole. 16th, James Qualls. 17th, Pichu London. 18th is Charles Sanford. 19th, Kyle Matthews. 20th, Michael Norman. 21st is last week's winner, John Cittadino. 22nd, Alex Ferranti. 23rd, David Rivera. 24th, Jake Baskinger. 25th, William Brock. 26th, DJ Curtis. 27th, Anthony McCrory. 28th, Trent Dunham. 29th, Preston Plord. 30th, Dylan Young. 31st, Carson Gum. 32nd, Tanner Sullivan. 33rd, Dylan Thoreau. 34th, Steven Guerrero. 35th, Matt McIntyre. 36th, Dorian Facepuncher. 37th, Joshua Collard. And 38th is Matt Skoenberger. And then the rest of the cars are out of the race after some of the crashes that we've had. Cody Lamas, Angel Navarro, Johnny Gardner, and Michael Walton. Earlier I saw a crazy battle go on for 17th with Pichu London, Charles Sanford, and Kyle Matthews, but now that's gotten kind of spread out. And whoa, Jessie Setti, I think she got in contact there with Seth Cole or Nick Alton. It's kind of hard to tell because they're both running pretty much the same paint scheme. So, but I do know it was one of the two, or maybe it was both of them. And now Pichu London trying to go by Jesse Setti for position. Same with Charles Sanford. Here he comes into the battle. And now look at this teammates battle in the Pirates of the Caribbean cars. Seth Cole and Nick Alton. Don't know what spot that's for. I think that's for the 14th position that they're battling for right now. But back up at the front, the white flag is out, and Connor Morgan with a giant lead of 5.4 seconds over Chase Oliver. As long as Connor don't make mistakes here on this final lap, he is home free to get his 3rd win this season. And to get a big gain in the points and potentially get the points lead going into Charlotte next week. Meanwhile, Jessie Setti, the points leader, is actually starting to lose positions again. She was gaining a little bit, and now she's starting to slip back quite a good ways. Battle with Kyle Matthews in the 22 right now. I think that is for the 18th position. As the winner from Texas last week, John Cittadino, is kind of watching from afar, waiting to see if he's going to probably make a move to gain some positions on track or not. Battle going on right there for the 12th spot between James Qualls and Chris Washer. Qualls has the spot, but Washer is wanting to take it from him. Oh, and Jessica Sheldon into the wall. Must have been contact from Joseph Strigley right there. But back up at the front, Connor Morgan, we are coming close to the start-finish line to conclude this race. Connor Morgan riding this track very smoothly. And we're almost to the start-finish line. Doesn't look like anything's going to stop him. Checkered flag is waving. And Connor Morgan is going to win the Taco Bell 300 at Yas Marina Circuit. Domination by the 81 car from Team Heel Motorsports. Though he lost a little bit of that lead, it didn't matter. He had a big enough lead to where he could have just maybe coasted around a little bit, save gas potentially, but Connor Morgan comes out with the win here today. Well, let's look at the rest of the results. Chase Oliver is going to come out with a solid second place finish, so it was a 1-2 for Team Heel Motorsports. Blaine Keys with a solid run in third. Solid fourth place finish for Austin Mongold. Great run in fifth for James Richardson. Great run in the sixth position for Sean Galligan. Solid run in seventh for Joseph Strigley. Great run in eighth for Charles Jackson. Solid ninth place finish for Chris Washer, and even though she got into the wall in the last lap, Jessica Sheldon comes out with a top 10 run in 10th. Rest of the top 20, Tim Walsh, Seth Cole, Nick Alton, Pichu London, Charles Sanford, Jesse Setti, John Cittadino, James Qualls, Alex Ferranti, Daniel Olson. Rest of the top 30 was David Rivera, Kyle Matthews, William Brock, Anthony McCreary, Jake Baskinger, Dylan Young, Michael Norman, DJ Curtis, Dylan Thoreau, Carson Gum. Next, 6 cars finished on the lead lap. Trent Dunham, Steven Guerrero, Matt McIntyre, Dorian Facepuncher, Joshua Collard, Matt Schoenberger. The next 2 cars finished a lap down. Tanner Sullivan and Preston Plord, and everybody else was out of the race after the crashes, and they were Cody Lamas, Angel Navarro, Johnny Gardner, and Michael Walton. Well, that does it for our coverage tonight here at Yas Marina Circuit. Halfway through the chase, next week we head to Charlotte, but until then, here are your results, rookie points and regular points heading into Charlotte, and this is Levi McIntyre, signing off.
Glorious! No, I won't give in till I'm victorious.